Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube? Diggy546. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new. Like the video if you like the video, and I won't tell if you click that bell. But let's get straight to this. We got Jaxon Smith-Njigba. I've been kind of waiting to see if I wanted to put out his not highlight, but his film session before or after the combine. I'm assuming he's going to be at the combine, but you never know. You never know. But I just thought I'd go ahead and put this out because he's one of the more high-profile names, one of those names that Giants fans will be paying attention to. And let's get straight to it.
Got everything. I've got your name, I've got your address. Think I might pay you a visit.
Anyone can find anything on the internet, including your full legal name, your personal email, your home address, phone number, and even your relatives. Just do a Google search for your personal information or someone that you know, name, email, phone number, and see if a people search site shows up. This information is accessible because of data brokers who profit by selling your information to robocallers, telemarketers, spammers, and anyone else that wants to learn more about you. That's why I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor. Aura will identify data brokers that are exposing your information and automatically submit opt-out requests on your behalf. They'll even opt you out of junk mail and telemarketing lists. You can use my link, aura.com/diggy, to try 2 weeks for free and see how many data brokers are sharing your information. It's also linked in the description. You can also scan the QR code. Aura has already found my information on literally over 100 sites so far. And guess what? If they do take my identity, they'll cover me up to $1 million. They have a VPN, password manager, real-time credit and identity theft monitoring, internet parental controls, and antivirus software. If you sign up right now with my link, Aura will give you a 2-week free trial. Go to aura.com/diggy to start your free trial now.
Woo-wee! I'm gonna finally be able to get that PS5.
So as always, the arrow is pointing towards the player we're looking at, Jaxon Smith-Njigba. He's in the slot here. And this is just a play I saw where it was a really nice release. Now, yes, there's not press coverage here, but he tries to press him. He's off the line of scrimmage, but he tries to press him. And right here is just a really nice swim move release from Jaxon Smith-Njigba. He doesn't get the ball here, but this is essentially a touchdown style of a route. So let's watch this. He's just going to come right off the line of scrimmage, swim move, and he's gone. It's just that simple. This just shows that he can get open. Now this next play, Jaxon Smith-Njigba is pretty much the man standing on top of the arrow this time. It's not pointing towards him, but he's right there. So a lot of people try to say that Jaxon Smith-Njigba isn't really that athletic. They try to make it seem like he's limited to only being a slot receiver or only being a guy who's just a possession receiver. I think that's completely inaccurate, as you're going to see multiple times throughout this film session. He can be a big play guy, and he might not be a 4-3 guy, but he got some speed to be able to make big plays. Let's just watch it right here. The Giants offense, they love to run a bunch of these sweep plays, and he does it well this time. Gets the ball here. He's got 2 people around him, makes this guy miss, outruns this guy, and gets up the field. So as you all have known from me, there are many different ways to run routes. Some guys run flashy routes. Some guys just run very polished, technically sound routes. Smith-Njigba runs those polished routes. It's not a lot of flashy stuff. He just gets open, and he does it very efficiently. He does not waste much motion at all. So Smith-Njigba is at your top of the screen in the slot. So he's the second from the top of the screen, and he's going to run a beautiful route here, off coverage in the slot, and it's just beautiful. The guy starts off, the linebacker, I think it is. If it's not a linebacker, then it's even more impressive, but he's a linebacker. He's headed upfield. Everybody's thinking that he's going to go outside. He goes inside, easy route, easy catch. Let's take this back again. Just a nice route. This is how you move the chains. there's not much, there's not many times that you've seen a Giants receiver, at least. You know, other people might be watching this video of teams, but the Giants specifically, you don't see this happen a lot where a guy's able to create this much separation for a first down. And this is a play, this next play, Smith-Njigba is at your bottom slot, and he's just going to kind of sit in the zone. He's going to run to a spot as if he's running a deep crosser, and then he just turns around, gives the quarterback a target, makes the catch. Real simple stuff, but it's not simple. It's just he makes it look simple. And then he's able to get that rack. He's able to get that yards after the catch, and he does this routinely. This isn't a guy who's just going to run 15 yards, turn around and catch the ball and go down. This is a guy that's going to make plays after he catches the ball on a down in, down out basis. And I think he's really getting slept on here. So every time I watch Ohio State tape, first off, I'm just in complete awe by how good the receivers are. I mean, it's not just how good they are, it's how good their release packages are. Now, we can go over how good Marvin Harrison Jr. is next year, because that's when he's coming out. But JSN is up there too with these release packages. He is, I mean, very good at just getting off the line, going one way, going the other way, and immediately getting separation. So let's watch this. This is a disgusting release from JSN, who's at the bottom of the screen. Let's watch it. Step outside, and it's like a double hesitation. It's a double hesitation. There's a step outside, boom, kind of faked outside twice. Takes this back inside, he's already got space. Sticks his foot around. That's how you get that space right there. And let's watch him go to work after. Let's watch him go to work after. you know, let's see how you can get down after. And as I said before, the guy just runs textbook, just beautiful routes. Top slot right here. He's gonna run a route. It's pretty much a curl route. It's a curl route all day. But just look at how much space there is between him and the corner at the start. And just look how much space there is when he runs this route and runs this curl route, and the guy is basically, what, 7-8 yards off of him? So let's watch it. Watch him sink his hips right here. Rewind it. He's going to run this route, and when he turns around, he's going to sink his hips perfectly. Turn around to look for this ball. Boom, right there. The guy is 7-8 yards off of him. The ball gets there. If the ball is more accurate right there, and CJ Stroud is my QB1 this year, but if the ball gets on to JSN, boom, right here. You just saw what he did that last play. He catches this. He's got space. He probably makes somebody miss. Might be a touchdown. Only got about 30-something yards to go. So JSN right here is at the bottom of your screen in the slot. So he's the second from the bottom of the screen wide receiver. And this is just the route where he runs a double move. He does not get a bunch of separation on this double move. But some receivers, if you're one of those top receivers, you don't need to have 5, 6, 7 yards of separation for your quarterback to throw you the ball. You got to be able to catch the ball in traffic. And this is exactly what he does here. And this is what gets guys, it gets guys paid. It gets guys paid. You're not going to be a top 5 receiver in the league if you can't make contested catches. You might not be top 10 unless you run a 4-2. But let's watch this here. Start off with the out. It's pretty much an out and up. He gets kind of held there. And as the ball, I know people are going to be mad. You keep pausing. Listen, it's going to start off as an out and up. He locates the ball. Caught there. Easy stuff. Easy stuff. And one thing I'd like to see, now, I mean, he caught the ball, who cares? But one thing I'd like to see that you see receivers like Jamar Chase do who are really great at contested catches. One reason that Jamar Chase is great at contested catches is because he doesn't even look up at the ball until the ball is right there. So the defender has no shot at defending the pass. So he kind of looks pretty early. Kind of got early hands there. But, of course, great play. Now, JSN is at your top slot again, second from the top. And this is just this is a hard play. This is a hard play. You catch the ball deep down the middle of the field in between 3 guys. That shows heart. He held on to this. He got hit. It's not necessarily a play he had to jump real high to get, but it showed toughness. Let's watch him run this deep crosser. He's open here. The ball's going to get thrown to him. Boom. Gets lit up. No issues. All right, so JSN is at the bottom of your screen this time. I saved the 2 outside reps I have for the end of the video. JSN is a guy that they don't know if he can play outside. I'll tell you right on this play, it looks like he can play outside to me. Looks like he can play outside. So the corner's not necessarily in press coverage. It's just kind of straight up coverage. And just watch the hurting. That's the only way you can describe this, the hurting that he puts on this corner right here with this hard outside jab step and then just taking this back inside on the slant. Watch it. Boom. And you should not have this much separation on the slant. For a guy who's what, probably running a 4.48 at best, 4.45 maybe at best, he should not be this wide open on a slant route. But because of great footwork and just a really great release, he almost hurt the guy. Almost hurt the guy by how bad he got beat. And that ball should have gone there, and that would have been a touchdown. All right, so last play, uneventful last play, but just the last play I just wanted to throw in here. JSN this time, the sun is on the back of his jersey, but he is the player at the bottom of the screen, and he just does pretty much the same thing the last play. Hard, kind of driving upfield, as if it looks like he's going to go on a fade route upfield, and just takes his back inside on the slant, and you see the separation there again. Let's watch it. Boom, boom, boom. And just watch where the corner is right here. They're at the 25, right? JSN walks this guy back 3 yards. He walks him back about 3 or 4 yards just because of all of the stutter. And it's like, I think this guy can play outside. So I always try to figure out a still to leave things on before I wrap up the videos. And I think this is the perfect still. I think JSN can play outside. I think he can play inside. I think inside he's probably the next Keenan Allen or the next Cooper Kupp or whatever one of your number one receivers that's a slot receiver, he's that guy. He's that guy. It doesn't mean he plays exactly like that guy, but he's that guy that can be a number one receiver but lines up in the slot more often than not. JSN is also a guy that I think you can play outside a good amount of time. I think that this guy can run routes to get open no matter where he is on the field. I don't think he has an issue with strength. I don't think he has an issue with quickness. I don't think he has an issue with speed. I don't think he has an issue with size. I mean, he's what, 6 feet, 6'1"? There's no real issue here with JSN. I think he can play outside and inside. And you see right here, he can get separation. I really believe that sometimes they say a wide receiver has a limited route tree. Well, we know for a fact that JSN doesn't have a limited route tree. But sometimes they'll say that about some players. But I believe that if you can run an effective deep, 9 route or streak or whatever you want to call it, or a fade route down the sideline, if you can run that at an elite level, meaning that you have a good speed release, meaning that you can just come out of your stance and run past somebody or swim past somebody like we saw, and you can also run effective slant routes, those may be the only routes that you need, because every single route, what's it going to start off as? You have to be able to set up as if you're going to run a slant route, a deep route, or an out route. JSN does those routes at a high level. All at a high level, literally all 3 at a high level. So every single thing else is going to be based off of those 3 routes. And I think that he'll be able to run the full route tree. I think he'll be open all day long. Wherever this guy goes is going to be happy. I'm not ready to say he's the best wide receiver in the draft, but he's the guy I feel the safest about taking in the first round. I think this dude is a guy that's going to be, if he has the opportunity, he's going to be a guy that gets 80 plus catches a year. He's going to be a security blanket. He's going to be a guy that catches the ball short, takes it long. He's going to do it all. So those are my thoughts on JSN, Jaxon Smith-Njigba. I would love him on the Giants if we bring back Daniel Jones, which it's looking like we probably will. And I'm sure a bunch of teams would love him. I mean, I think he came out and said he wanted to be a Cowboy. that would be a great spot for him. Some people are thinking they got to leave CD in the slot, but you can make it work. You can make it work. Good receivers, if you got an offensive coordinator that's worth their salt, they can make it work. So, you guys let me know what you think of Jaxon Smith-Njigba. More film sessions coming soon on these draft prospects, especially with the combine coming out next week. You guys have a great day. If you made it this deep into the video, come on, just hit the subscribe button. I make Giants content primarily, draft content secondarily, and during the season, I'm going to be doing a lot of reacting to pretty much most of the NFL games and everything NFL. So if you made it this deep, go ahead and join the D6 squad.